Get ready, my friends, because we're about to enter the Twilight Zone. Imagine this. You wake up, grab your morning coffee, and boom! Donald Trump just bought Canada, Greenland, and the Panama Canal. Oh, and by the way, the Gulf of Mexico, now called the Gulf of America.
Changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Now, I know what you're asking. Is this a 60 chess move or some North American Union fan fiction written by someone way too into conspiracy forums? Guilty as charged. Let me break it down for you. Trump's been out here making calls, cutting deals, and flexing hard. Just last week, he told Trudeau straight to his face, Canada's basically ours already. Why not make it official? And guess what? Right after that, Trudeau resigned. Coincidence? Or did Trump violin the poor guy off stage like Nero watching Rome burn?
Last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign.
Oh, but we're not stopping there. Trump's also eyeing Greenland. And why? Is it because China's been mining rare earth minerals there like it's Minecraft on steroids? I guess if you can't outmine them, buy the mine. And Panama. Well, that canal might just be the most profitable real estate on the planet. I mean, why settle for toll roads when you can own the entire highway connecting the oceans? I know, Rustin, this sounds like some next level Manifest Destiny remix. And yeah, maybe it is. But what if I told you this all connects to Bitcoin? The end game to replace the dollar with Bitcoin may be upon us. We got a lot to get to today. Send it!
Like, if you look at the current state of the U.S. government and our debt burden, literally the only way you could even conceivably imagine ourselves digging ourselves out of this is to print money and buy Bitcoin. We have a unique opportunity here where we're the only country in the world where our debt is denominated in our own shitcoin. Now, there's a delicate act here, right? Because you don't want the currency to go into free fall. So there's a delicate balancing act where you start to see things like in the Lummis bill, we're selling our gold that's not marked to market for Bitcoin. We're not going to print money to buy Bitcoin. But the real like grug brain move here is you print as much as the market can tolerate and you buy as much Bitcoin as possible. That Bitcoin appreciates in purchasing power over time, and all of a sudden our government is solvent instead of not solvent. Who wouldn't want a solvent government?
Now check this out. There is this old playbook out there called the North American Union that goes way back with some interesting origins. But back in 2007, it began to gain steam again, and people whispered about a new regional currency. They called it the Amero.
The ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers, and they're doing it in sections. The European currency, the euro, and the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero.
But what if this time, instead of minting some weird monopoly money, they just back it with Bitcoin? Well, you know, if you were going to do something like that, you're definitely going to need a strategic Bitcoin reserve.
We have some gifts for you.
Good. I want Bitcoin.
I know, it sounds wild, but stay with me. Right now, ETFs are draining Bitcoin off exchanges faster than Canadians buying maple syrup in a blackout. MicroStrategy's out here doing absolute damage, and it looks like they're about to go even harder in 2025. Now, what happens when Trump decides the U.S. needs 1 million Bitcoin for strategic reasons? We're about to bring it home. But before we do, look at our likes.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a pamp while we take a moment to recognize our sponsors. The #1 spot to learn how to Bitcoin, the masters of Bitcoin sovereignty, the Bitcoin way. You're looking to learn how to Bitcoin, how to properly head on over to the newly revamped Bitcoin Way website where you can begin your road to Bitcoin sovereignty today. If you're looking to schedule a free 30-minute consultation, go ahead and use that link below in the show notes.
And what about the Omega?
Let's see. Could be post-inauguration, but it's definitely coming closer because you can see more and more countries are talking about accumulating Bitcoin for their treasury. Yeah. So if the buying aligns in a certain day, then you'll see an Omega candle.
Imagine that. A supply shock like you've never seen. Omega candle inbound. You thought gas prices were high? Wait until there's a bidding war between Trump and BlackRock over the last 0.1 Bitcoin. Hey, here's a clip where Samson Mow already laid it out, but it's becoming more real with evidence building of the move to the Amero. The dollar is eventually going to be repriced in Bitcoin. It's inevitable, and all this could be a giant leap towards it. Not saying it won't come at a cost, but this is where we're heading.
Why would the US dollar have to reprice to Bitcoin?
Well, I mean, there's no way to pay the debt off, right? And debt is far higher than GDP.
Yeah.
So something has to give. Either there's a debt jubilee all around, or you have to reprice or rebase to a harder asset. And it's difficult at this time to imagine the creation of a new dollar. Like you have that in many countries, when the fiat currency fails, you just make a new one and you lop off some zeros. But with the advent of Bitcoin, it's no longer possible because they have an option now. They have a choice to go to Bitcoin or to accept a new fiat. And I just don't believe that will be the case. Therefore, it is inevitable that we do rebase to Bitcoin eventually. The question is when. But I believe $1 to 1 Satoshi is a fair rebase plan. And Trump has hinted of this. He said maybe we pay off the debt by giving people a bit of Bitcoin. I don't know if he's exactly thinking of rebasing to Bitcoin, but he's hinting, or at least his line of thought is moving in that direction. I believe we're also on the verge of countries issuing sovereign debt to buy Bitcoin. It is going to come simply because the MicroStrategy model has illustrated that this works. And it's just simply a matter of time before a country pulls that trigger and unleashes a torrent of sovereign debt to acquire Bitcoin.
You see what's happening here? For better or worse, the world is moving towards Bitcoin. Some say this is all part of the plan. Others, well, they're probably watching CNBC wondering why the bond market's filling its pants faster than Trudeau at a Trump rally. And let's be real, the fiat system is cracking. The printer, it's coming back. But this time, the money won't flow into bonds. It's going straight into Bitcoin.
You're wanting peace and calm in the near term. There is no safe haven. The long bond is down 23% year over year. So what you have to do is decide, are you going to stay on a sinking ship, or are you going to get on a lifeboat and be tossed about on the stormy seas? And Bitcoin represents that lifeboat, and it's hope for everybody in the world if you can take the long view and focus on the fundamentals.
This is the great definancialization. We used to hold 17 trillion in negative yielding debt. Negative, like paying someone to lose money. Now the only asset that makes sense is Bitcoin. And if you think this is just a joke, take a look at the bond yields. UK yields just broke past the levels that triggered the Liz Truss meltdown. You know, when Bitcoin was at 20K, now 95K. But there is a dark side of the North American Union. This isn't just about merging borders or controlling trade routes. This is about the potential dismantling of national sovereignty. If Canada, the US, and Mexico merge into one economic entity, the Constitution takes a back seat. Your freedoms, subject to committee. Your money, replaced by some digital Amero they can track, freeze, or inflate into oblivion. That's why self-custody Bitcoin isn't just important, it's essential. Because when the dust settles and the North American Union tries to roll out some shiny new currency, they will have to back it with Bitcoin. And if you are self-custodying your Bitcoin, congratulations, you just became your own sovereign nation. You might want to get yourself to one whole Bitcoin. Hell, 0.1 Bitcoin will be life-changing, but we have to move while we still can. We also have to move fast to get tickets to Mining Disrupt 2025, the biggest Bitcoin mining conference on the planet, and it's coming to Fort Lauderdale, March 25th through the 27th. Get your tickets today and join thousands of Bitcoin mining professionals and enthusiasts from around the globe for an electrifying experience at Mining Disrupt. See the latest cutting-edge hardware, products, and services that are revolutionizing the Bitcoin mining industry. For over half a decade, Mining Disrupt has been the premier conference and expo exclusively dedicated to Bitcoin mining. Be part of the future and join the movement that's shaping the world of Bitcoin mining. Don't miss out. Head over to miningdisrupt.com and get your tickets today. Use promo code SimplyBitcoin for 20% off. Oh, and the Simply Bitcoin news desk gonna be on site. I'm gonna be there. Nico and Opti are gonna be there holding it down, and we hope to see you there as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm Rustin, reminding you, the Twilight Zone isn't just TV. It's called 2025, and we've only just begun. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a pamp. Share the Sound Money Gospel. What do you think of all this? Is the Great Reset coming? Let us know in the comments below. Hey, I love you guys. Catch you next time. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, f*** you.